back here at the Union Pacific Geneva subdivision in HO scale. I had a couple of people ask me in my last update how I make my little static grass tufts for the layout. I started doing this versus using a static grass applicator. It kind of makes a mess, and with the delicate scenery that I do and the detailed scenes, the static grass, and then you get in there with a vacuum cleaner and you're just sucking people up off the layout or things you don't want to go into the vacuum cleaner. So I kind of do it this way. For example, if you wanted to put a static grass in here, I just make it and then glue it down versus putting the glue on here, sticking a needle in like you folks are probably familiar with the static grass applicator. And then you just shake it over the whole thing and it just gets grass everywhere. And to me, that's just too much. So I started doing this. It's very simple. You want to get yourself a non-stick pan. I think I got this at Walmart for just a couple of dollars. So a nice non-stick pan. You're going to need a razor blade. Of course, a static grass applicator. Nock makes a really expensive one, but you can find these online now for people are making these for less than $30 and you can get one. So to set this up, it's real simple. You're probably familiar with the pins. You know, you'd stick a pin on here and then in your layout. Well, you don't have to do that with this. You just clip onto the tray and that becomes your ground. And then, I'm actually going to go on this side because I'm right-handed. And then all you need is either some white glue. You could probably use, any kind of glue. It doesn't have to be white, but this is nice because it dries clear. And it's what I've been using and it works really well. So you can predetermine what you want to make for a grass tuff. It doesn't have to just be a little small thing. You can make these long. So what I'm going to do in this first part of this video is just show you how I do this, and we'll let it dry overnight, and I'll do part 2 tomorrow so that you can see what it looks like when you're done. But real easy. If you want to make little grass tufts, you can do it like this. And then if you want something to go down the middle of a street or a dirt road, you can make them any size you want. That'll be good for this. And then I'll just take my finger and I'm just going to come in here and kind of spread the glue out a little bit. Make some different shapes. Like that. The nice thing about doing it, I'm just going to make this one. The nice thing about doing this is the cleanup's a lot easier. Whatever doesn't stick to the glue overnight and become a grass tuff, once I peel these off tomorrow, I just dump the grass right back into the bag and I'll be able to just reuse it. Versus trying to get it in a vacuum cleaner, trying to get it out of the vacuum cleaner, putting some kind of nylon to catch it before it goes into the vacuum cleaner. For me, this is just an easier way. So we'll load up the static grass applicator. This is just a custom blend that I just threw together, so it's not all green, not all dirt, but everybody's familiar with the stuff that comes in all kinds of different sizes, different colors, manufactured by pretty much everybody out there now. So whatever works for you. And then I just mix up a little bit in the bag. I'll add that to the applicator, and then we just Can you see this mess just getting on your layout? For me, it doesn't work. I just like doing it this way. because then you have all this everywhere. A little more. And when this dries overnight, it probably doesn't take overnight, but you just barely touch this with a blade and it peels right off. Once you peel it off, you can put it anywhere on the layout, glue it down, and it's done. And I'll show that tomorrow. These are nice thick little patches of grass. More of these other little guys. This static grass isn't, depending on what you get, I think the price has gone down a little bit, but for the most part it's expensive for the amount that you get, so you really don't want a lot of waste. Alright, dump that back in here. And then all this extra grass, you can see I can just save all that. Just dump it right back into here. Just like that. And the rest of that this way. And then you have these nice little grass tufts. When they're dry, they'll peel right off. You can put them anywhere on the layout. So tomorrow, part 2, we'll go ahead and take these off. And then maybe I'll add one up here in Global 3. Alright, so that's how I make them. Thanks for